Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What do you think? Is AI taking the world or the world is taking AI? Our next panel discussion, Sculpting the Future with AI and Machine Learning, will look exactly into that. Let's give a warm welcome to our moderator of this session, Aeby Samuel, founder and CEO at FYNXT, who will introduce his panel. Aeby, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Firstly, good morning, everyone. Thanks for waiting patiently. Let me start with a warm welcome for the much anticipated panel discussion for Sculpting the Future of AI and Machine Learning. Let me introduce myself. I'm Aeby, founder and CEO of FYNXT. We are a Singapore-based fintech. We provide a digital front office for multi-asset brokers and other financial institutions. I'm really excited to host this discussion. I don't think there's an exciting topic than AI than we can start this session with, so I'm really excited. Today, we are joined with some really distinguished panelists who bring in a wealth of knowledge, experience, as well as different perspectives. Without further delay, let me allow them to introduce themselves briefly, then we'll get the ball rolling soon. Maybe.
Hello there. Good morning. My name is Lilian Appenheimer. I'm the Global Director of Customer Success at Trading Central. We are a house of insights, breaking down complex market data into informative and easy to understand information for traders and investors. And I'm very happy to be here and discussing today about this interesting topic.
Thanks, Lilian. Toby?
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Toby Olshanetsky. I'm the CEO of Atomix. Atomix is a secure communication platform. And we actually came to create Atomix after 25 years of me building cybersecurity startups. I started when I was 12. And it's all about AI, machine learning, and basically a secure way of how agents can communicate with customers. And I'm very excited to be on this panel. So good morning, everybody.
Thanks, Toby.
Hi, everyone. My name's Jon Light. I am head of OTC product at Devexperts, and we build trading software for brokers and exchanges all around the world. We have out-of-the-box trading platforms, AI chatbots, charting, high-frequency matching engines. So yeah, the whole area, and we have a specific team that works in AI. So yeah, excited to speak today.
Hello, is that working? Yeah. My name is Andrew. I'm the CEO of Acuity. I'm the one that kept you waiting today, so my apologies for that. Even AI couldn't get me here on time. I've been involved in the world of text, journalism, natural language processing, and now natural language generation, which are the precursors to what we now know as ChatGPT or large language models. I've been involved in that area since 2005. It's a personal interest of mine. I really like it, text and journalism and the AI behind that. And I built a company with a team in Barcelona and London around me that focuses on this area. Sorry.
Thanks.
The AI is after you.
I think that's someone punishing me for arriving late. Again, I'm sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm sure that we are in for a very exciting discussion. But before we start, I always feel that it's such an irony. We have such good-looking people sitting, but all of them have a very, very serious look. We can lighten up. We'll try to make the discussions as interesting as possible. Before I start, I think just to give a little bit of introduction and a few points from my side, I think if there's anybody in the room who has not heard about the transformation AI is doing across all the verticals, whether it's health tech, fintech, direct tech, you talk about any tech or automobiles, any industry, I think it's just getting started. Let me ask one question so that we can keep it a little interactive, yeah? Anybody in this room who has used ChatGPT? Good. I would be surprised here in the session if you've not used one. No, thanks. I think ChatGPT is just the beginning. I recently started using this tool called as Read.ai. It has completely transformed the way the meetings and the keynotes and stuff like that, meeting minutes has been taken. I think we're just at the cusp of transformation. I feel AI is firmly establishing itself as a cornerstone across all the industries. I was just reading at some numbers, and just in fintech alone, AI in 2021 had a market share of around $8.2 billion. The The projection is in 2030, which is less than 10 years, it'll be around $60 billion. That is just in fintech alone. All the other techs, I think the transformation is going to be more dramatic because of the adoption that they existingly have in terms of tech. So in terms of online trading, definitely, I'm sure that we'll hear a lot of questions and answers and discussions, whether it is about robo-advisory, whether it is about personalization, it is about data protection. But like we heard in the previous session, when the keynote speaker mentioned that it's while we are adopting innovation, we have to keep a very thin balance about data protection and innovation, especially with AI, where things are beyond the control of even organizations in some cases. So we'll discuss at length about that as well. So I'm sure in this time, the distinguished panel, our discourse will be to truly unravel the impact that AI is going to have in online trading, especially in the vertical that we all are serving in, right? So let's dive right into our first question. So how is AI currently being harnessed to enhance trading experiences, especially personalizing the trading experiences? And if you can share any examples of how brokers are using it and how other organizations are doing it. So maybe I'll get Jon and Lilian to start with it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the question. I think it's a good question to get started because a lot of the time when these new tech trends come along, we all jump on the bandwagon. A lot of the time, sometimes there's not AI behind it, and does it really need to be AI? So we've been working with AI and machine learning for about 4 years at Devexperts. We have a specific team that are putting stuff together for the dealers, for the brokers, and also for the clients. Specifically for the clients, we've built a chatbot. It's called Devexer. We can plug it into our trading platform. When we've plugged it into brokers, it's able to handle kind of 70-80% of the questions and queries that come along. And if it can't answer it, we can either send that to a manual operator, and it learns from the response, and it goes back into the algorithms. And also, we can also send those questions through to ChatGPT as well. So it's quite an interesting integration. We've also done a lot on personalization. So when users are logging into the platform, we can analyze the data. We can show them watch lists that are relevant for them, news that's relevant for them. We can give them indications and alerts of news for their open positions or pending orders or what they've been looking at. And then finally, the DX Trade platform that we run, we have this like a concept of an open platform. So we allow any third-party vendors to get plugged in on the back end and on the front end, and actually half of the panelists here are connected into our platform. And with that, the partners can get access to the data and plug their own widgets into the system. So we've had a number of third-party vendors that have plugged in as well. And we encourage partners to join our program.
Thanks, Jon. Lilian?
I think the AI machine learning technology really helped, to optimize the market in a world where more and more information is out there, and it's very difficult to kind of read everything and do the research yourself. It helps to kind of like help customers to find the right information to either start trading or enhance the research. There are different ways to utilize that. AI is definitely something what is being used in different ways in the trading industry. From Trading Central point of view, we are focusing obviously on education and market insights. And from there is our goal to kind of phase out the noise, bring the focus on the important information for customers and traders and investors to build their own trading strategy and become more confident placing their trades and following their strategy, building up their expertise, and enjoy also the trading side.
Lovely, thank you. Fantastic insights. I think from my perspective in the world that I come from Southeast Asia. One of the basic use cases that AI is starting to help is localization. A lot of the brokers were struggling with localization. Now with ChatGPT being one of the probably the best translation tool out there in terms of API. It really is transforming the way the customers are engaging and personalizing and localizing it as well. So thanks, guys, for the insight. Second question. how can AI-driven tools assist traders in making better informed decisions, and especially in this highly volatile FX market and in the trading world? Andrew and Toby?
Well, it's interesting what you were saying about languages and how things have been translated automatically. I work with a lot of journalists and our partners at the Wall Street Journal, and one of the things that we're talking about is the ethics behind that. And when you translate something like a news story and all these stories that get translated, are you changing the meaning, the subtle meaning of these? And can people take trade decisions based off this information that gets automatically translated? Are the journalists liable for the stories being automatically translated and such forth? So there's a lot of discussion about how this is going to be used. Sorry, I've lost my thread. And getting back to the question, again.
How can AI-driven tools assist traders in making better informed decisions?
Well, on the back of what Lilian was saying, informing clients more. I mean, essentially, there's been a massive uptake of use of these kind of tools in my work over the last 10, 15 years. And what we used to provide to hedge funds is now provided to retail investors. And if you look at text, I mean, the very simple case that I've been talking about for many, many years is the huge amount of text that is coming out on the internet from when I started in the markets in 2002. And we term it as infobesity or information overload. And taking that not as a threat, but as what we now see with large language models, as the ability to create tools out of that and information. And we're essentially turning text into numbers and taking information from that text and making it valuable for a trader. And we do that at Acuity, and Lilian does that at Trading Central. And this kind of information, where AI is used, can then transform huge amounts of information into a tool to make better trading investment decisions. Whereas once before, they would look at the information and go, wow, it's just too much information out there. So, I mean, that's the basic crux of what AI is doing. It's allowing us to digest huge amounts of information that once would be too much.
Thanks, Andrew. Aeby?
Yes, I will add a bit more specific so you can actually get some take home ideas out of it. So I'll divide the questions into two. So you can actually use AI for anything which is customer acquisition. So starting using AI for dedicated marketing campaigns. We saw increase of accuracy on those campaigns while you're using different models of AIs to get that. Lead scoring. So you can actually get, when you're targeting those audience, you can actually get a very detailed lead scoring, who is actually the persona that you're targeting and what is the wealth situation or type of country that is coming, and based on that, get your campaign more accurate. Chatbots, so chatbots are with us for many, many times, but now AI-driven chatbots are much more accurate when you've got a discussion and you go to an ongoing conversation with your clients, that the outcome of it is that you can convert this client much, much faster. Predictive analytics, I think this is one of the most powerful tools that came out of AI, which actually tells you what is actually the real potential out of this campaign, this customer, this region, to be the outcome at the end of the bottom line at the end of the quarter. If you're using AI on that, that's a very powerful tool. On customer retention, there's a lot of technology that can help you on that. Anyway, from the support, personalization, the way that you answer, the way that you manage, and the ongoing conversation with the customer. Behavioral analytics. So we're so predictive on the other side, but on this side, we've got behavioral analytics. And why it's so important? Because if I'm now having a retention session with a customer, and I can have actually a real-time behavior analytics of how this customer is on our conversation. For example, in Atomix, we're using it as part of our technology. When an agent is talking to a sales representative, we know exactly if this customer is into the sales or is out of the sales, if it's not happy or he is happy. So all those tools will give you a very strong insight of closing deals faster.
Oh, lovely. That was really insightful. And thanks for the specifics as well. On a lighter note, just to make everyone smile a little more, one of my first experiences that I felt I need AI was, I think, back in 2015, when I started working in the FX industry, just started a simple product. And I launched the product, and I realized there are a lot of Chinese clients as well that are supposed to come. So the customer that we were serving said, hey, why don't you translate it quickly and gave. So we used Google Translate and translated. So to Andrew's point, one of the first statements on the portal that we created was account balance. And later I did not realize that the balance instead of account balance became balancing on a piece of wood. So it was very embarrassing. And I'm now happy that the AI tools, which is not only being more predictive, but also helping us with a lot of other use cases and tools. All right, thanks, guys. So moving on to the third question. How can AI-driven solutions help FX brokers and institutions better understand and manage customer behavior and preferences, ultimately improving customer retention and loyalty? John and Lilian?
Yeah, thanks for the question. This is something that we look a lot in at Devexperts with the DX Trade platform, because obviously we serve brokers and we want those brokers to be successful. So firstly, AI and machine learning is fantastic for analyzing really large data sets. So if you want to make product and UX decisions, and you can collect data on everything that the client is doing, how are they, what's their route to trade? Are they looking at charts? Are they looking at the social media? Are they looking at news? How long are they spending doing different activities in the platform? You can then get that information and make better product decisions. So you can also see what they're not using, what's not working very well. And through AI and putting that data that would be too complex for you to look at in Excel, you can make some better assumptions and ideas from it. Also, I mentioned we're helping brokers to have a personalized platform for their clients, really engaging with them and encouraging the clients to trade more, because ultimately, if you can give them ideas or look at what they're doing and some suggestions and get them trading and more comfortable with the platform, it's better for you. And also in FX and CFD world today, we pretty much segment users based on if they're profitable or they're not profitable, and that's how we base our decisions if we're going to A book them or B book them. But if you can analyze the data and how they use it from the front end, we can start to segment them in other ways, the way they trade, and this is going to really help to cross-sell other products or platforms that you might have, give them ideas. And yeah, we mentioned a few times, the chatbots and support. But yeah, using this is obviously giving the broker 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, instant support. And we've plugged in, NLP engines into us so that we can get text from messaging apps, we can get text from smart devices, and we also have plugged in AI multi-language support. And like Aeby mentioned, balance is just one example, but we've seen brokers in different countries having lots of arguments about how words are translated in the trading platform, because most trading platforms are written in English. There's not direct translations for them, and depending on the client type you have, they may understand those translations differently. So we've seen even in a single language, people arguing about the proper translation based on a retail client versus a more of an institutional client. So yeah, those are the kind of things we've been looking at.
Thanks, John. Lilian, please.
I think it is definitely helping to deepen the relationship between the broker and the trader or investor. It allows the broker to provide more insights in a more efficient and quicker way to the audience. Also, like over the years, the demographic not changed, but it diverted more from a very young beginner generation to like a more advanced seniority. And everyone has a bit of a different approach on how to analyze and research the market. I recently have been at another event where it was discussed about the attention span of the younger generation, and it's today it's measured in kind of seconds, which is quite of shocking, right? But at the same time, it is also like something where AI and machine learning technology helps to cater that audience and provide information, relevant information in a very precise time and timing to the customer when they are looking at the market. So it helps to provide different layers, how to start analyzing the market from a very quick overview where you have within moments a good understanding on what's currently being discussed in the news, how that kind of can be related and translated into technical analytics versus further into fundamental analytics to really get a nice 360 view on a particular market or in instrument. And from that point of view, the customer can kind of deep dive and analyze and research the market even more. So it really is all about building a relationship and tailor this solution to the customer, that they have a more quicker and personalized experience, which also drives then the loyalty from the customer or the trader to the broker.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks for those really deep insights. One of the encounters with loyalty programs that we recently have, we provide a tool which allows the brokers to get their clients to redeem points based on various milestones that they're achieving, whether it's deposits, it's trading volumes and profitability. They can have loyalty programs where they can redeem those points. Now, redemption of points, like any loyalty program, let's say in your airlines, is typically the gifts that the airlines is providing. But now one of the requirements that AI will eventually help us enable is to make it personalize those gifts, because I don't want to have a gift voucher, because what my need is probably to have something very specific based on the searches that they've done, based on the interactions that I've had with the customer service. To make it more intelligent is where the customer experience will be personalized and the loyalty can be even personalized from the broker perspective, right? But that brings us to a very interesting question, data security. I think it's a paramount concern in terms of the financial industry, especially with AI and ML, where the things are beyond even the control of the team or company or product providing it. How are we ensuring the safety and integrity of financial data? I know that this is very close to Toby's heart, and I'll let Toby start with it, and maybe Andrew another view on it as well.
Thank you. So first of all, yes, it is a security issue. All the new integration of AI and machine learning, I like to call it like how two scorpions make love, slow and gently. This is how you need to start implementing those technologies. And the reason for that is that AI, ChatGPT, and all those models are what we call idiot savant. What does idiot savant means? Idiot savant means that those technologies are very, very smart on one specific domain, but they are lacking the common sense on everything which is outside of this specific domain. Which means that the new type of hackers that are coming are not the regular hackers that usually try to attack the network from the physical layer, like the firewall or the regular email spam. Those hackers are coming from the manipulation side. You will see poker player coming and becoming a new type of hackers, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to manipulate those technologies to get access. But once you understand all this sensitivity and all those problems, adding AI and machine learning to your networks actually provides a huge advantage of your company based on any other company that are not using that. And the reason for that is because, yes, there are problems, but the benefit side that those technology provides you means that you can do your business in a much, much smarter way, faster way. For example, fraud detection. There's new type of attacks, there's new type of fraud. How do you protect your organization, your data from new type of fraud detection? Using AI to start to analyze those information. Anomaly detection on things that are happening. Maybe you've got a rogue broker or rogue agents in your network and that is doing something, but you are missing it because of the vast amount of data that you have. So anomaly detection using AI provides a whole new insights on your organization. So harnessing the good side of AI, understanding the dangerous side of AI, basically will push you forward.
Thanks a lot, Toby. Andrew?
I'm not an authority in this area, but one thing that's of interest, anecdotal information. about security. We applied for our insurance in the UK for our group of companies we have, and one of the things was prevention of hacking. Like, what level of prevention do we have against being hacked in our company? Try this one. Hello. And we couldn't get insurance unless we'd done a certain level of course. Thankfully, we'd done this course, and there was a certain procedures we had to go through. But it's taking the threat of people coming in and denying you to give service to your clients, and ransomware essentially, it's a lot more important. So that was anecdotal. In terms of another point from data is knowing your client and the machine learning and how we talk about creating deep personas and understanding the personas of a client. So I wonder how this is going to feed into regulation, and we've already seen GDPR in Europe, and how GDPR, the idea, the concepts behind GDPR is spreading throughout the world, and how machine learning and understanding clients at a deep level will feed into GDPR, but also into compliance and how we treat clients. If we're targeting clients using algorithms that try and understand their needs and their habits on a daily basis. And I don't have the answer, but it's an interesting area that will go forward.
Thanks, Andrew. I think, like Toby alluded to, the threat is data security, but the opportunity also is data security, because AI is going to be the threat to data security, but we have AI that can fight the data security as well. So I'm sure as we see and things unravel, there are more opportunities, and like all the bigger AI providers are fighting for regulations, it is going to be a combination of this as we unravel these changes that are happening. Moving on, what are the key considerations for FX brokers when selecting AI and machine learning to integrate into their operations? Jon and Lilian, any view in that? Or maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So one of the key decision points should be definitely about like being intuitive and being easy to understand. You always have a different audience, from beginners to advanced levels, and you need to find a way to cater them all. So you need to find an entry point where they can really start their research on how to kind of like, build up their own trading strategy. The next part is really kind of providing enough information that they can feel confident and gain the experience they need to continue their trading journey and trading expertise. And based on that, brokers should kind of like consider what is important to our customers. How can we inform them that they feel confident to stay with us, but also like, to place trades and build up their trading journey.
Thanks, Lilian.
I think that there's two kind of big areas. The first one is what's the business case. So, quite often your CEO will be reading about something, and he'll call you in the office saying, "Guys, we need blockchain. Guys, we need AI," and you'll be running around to try and find a solution. So, firstly, start with the problem, and hopefully, if AI works as the solution, you should use it. And there's quite a lot of things I see come up where AI might not even be the best solution. So don't kind of get in that trap. And the second is data. So it's really important, especially if you want to analyze historical data, to have a really high quality, clean data set. If you were wanting to use AI to kind of categorize and manage your leads in your CRM, unless your salespeople understand each field in exactly the same way, it can be a complete mess. And when I was speaking with our head of AI last week, and I told him joining this panel, he asked me to tell everyone, start collecting good quality, clean data now, because by the time you want to do something, it will be too late, and you'll be behind. And he gave me an example. Bloomberg have been collecting good quality data, cleaning it, normalizing it for years, and they've now plugged in their own GPT module, and they're miles ahead of any competition, because they can instantly get benefits from what they've been collecting over the years. So yeah, business case and data, and if you can, start collecting it.
Lovely. Andrew, any?
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. That's a really interesting point about Bloomberg, and I was talking about it earlier, is that people you have these large language models coming out, and very generic, and they're great for usage, but you're seeing large companies go even further by cornering markets where they have proprietary data, such as Bloomberg. And you're seeing Twitter as well, and Reddit, and other people who have proprietary data that can create real, useful, tangible tools when they have their own data. And that, I would echo, is your guy was saying, like, if you've got your own data, you should keep it and make it clean.
Lovely. Thanks a lot, guys. Moving on, in the interest of time, a few more questions, then we'll open it up for the audience to ask a few as well. With the rise of robo-advisors and algorithmic trading, how do multi-asset brokers strike a balance between automation and the need for human expertise in decision-making? Andrew and Lilian, any views on that? How the rise of robo-advisory and algorithmic trading, how do multi-asset brokers strike a balance between automation and the need for human expertise?
I would say in terms of automation and manual, there's always going to be a balance in need of everything. Automation can't do everything. So, for example, at Acuity, we have automation analysis, and we have textual analysis, but we also have manual trade ideas that layer on top. So looking at both angles is always going to be important going forward anyhow.
Lovely. Lilian?
I think it is absolutely key. It never replaces one the other. You have like AI technology to analyze the market and have like informative and insightful analytics. But you need the element of the human expert or analyst to kind of help translate or storytell the analytics found and identified to really kind of build that balance and help customers to get a rounded picture.
Lovely. Thanks.
Yeah, and I was just going to add to the robo-advising area. Content will come into robo-advising from a different perspective. Content is like the oil of an engine. It helps in understanding what the markets are doing and creating decisions, and brokerages can use that through our tools, for example. But robo-advising, I can see it also making much more use of these large language models to understand dynamics in the markets, to understand clients and match those two up.
Lovely. Yes, so just to add on to it, we provide a fund management platform to a lot of brokers, bigger ones who have really experienced fund managers who have been managing for 20, 25 years. They know the history, they know how the markets trend, etc. But I think it's just a matter of time that there will be a tough competition between humans and in terms of the data, quantum of data that they can analyze, the speed at which the data can be analyzed, and the responses that the robo-advisors are today giving will be a lot more accurate in the coming years as we do. One last question, then I'll open it up for the audience to ask here. The proliferation of DeFi platforms, how can AI machine learning technologies enhance the security and risk assessment of DeFi-based FX trading? Toby?
That's actually a good question. Specifically with what happened in the DeFi markets in the last, I would say, 3 years, specifically post-COVID. There was a lot of innovation coming in the DeFi market, specifically in the borrowing, lending, and smart contract. Unfortunately, security wasn't pacing this innovation. So what we saw is that, let's take a smart contract, that there's a lot of bad coding in the smart contract, and there was exploits that hackers were using that. So if you are in the DeFi markets and you're looking now for a way how you can actually harness AI for your usage to actually overcome those problems, I actually divided into 3 sections. So first one is anomaly detection for enhanced security. So I talked about it earlier. Real-time monitoring, it's a must, specifically if you're running different type of DeFi system on borrowing, lending. There's a lot of malicious things happening on changing the scoring of the lenders. So you have to make sure that your AI machines can actually analyze all the information in that data. on the risk management and assessment when you're running smart contracts and things like that. So data analysis, that's the best thing to use AI for. Automated decision making. If you're running multiple contracts with multiple agents, I don't know if your risk managers can actually have the stamina to go of everything that is actually running on your floor. So using AI machines to analyze those risk assessment is a very powerful tool. And the last thing I started with it is in smart contract is code reviewing. There's a lot of AI technology that allows you to actually check the code. You know, it's crazy that I'm saying, but you have to check the codes on every smart contract or product that is being offered to you or you're selling to make sure that there's not malicious things inside of or backdoors. We found a lot of backdoors inside of that hackers can actually, you know, use that, and you just sold a smart contract to one customer and suddenly you realize that this contract is now being used on another way. So I would say those are the tools.
Lovely. Thanks, Toby. Thank you very much. Let me open it up for the audience to ask any questions. Any questions from the audience? There'll be a surprise gift. The first 3 questions. Anything that you might have? No? My God, everyone's clear with AI.
I've got a question for Toby.
Yes, Andrew.
Sorry, I was just saying I've got a question for Toby. One of the things I've seen with ChatGPT is that coders can now use the likes of ChatGPT to create coding. And does that therefore create backdoors and issues as coders start relying more and more on automated models to create their own coding? Is there a feedback loop that potentially could create trapdoors and security concerns for brokers?
Yes, yes, and yes. I hope I was clear enough about it. Using ChatGPT or Meta AI engines or Google AI engine, etc., for coding is a very powerful tool. It's actually, we are using it. It saves a lot of R&D powers, and you can actually have ready models already program it. But if you understand how the ChatGPT engine is basically working, and if I'm now a hacker and I'm now trying to target Citibank, I won't say Citi if there's anyone from Citi here, but any large bank. What I'm doing first is I'm trying to understand the different models or the different ways that that bank is working. Based on that, I'm starting to release to the ChatGPT different type of models. And I'm harvesting and I'm harvesting and I'm sending out models, knowing that at some given point, there will be a programmer in an institutional, in a financial institution organization that will ask for, I'm looking for a new PCM model, or I'm looking for a new payment gateway APIs, etc. And if I'm planted all those models already in the past, ChatGPT will bring it to me. And I will get these ready-made models. And what hackers are doing right now, this is why I said this is like a chess game or poker game. They are putting themselves for the long run. So everything that you put as a question to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is actually using that. You can actually ask ChatGPT, is this model is secure, this model is good. ChatGPT is actually learning that model, putting it on his brain, on storage. And now I will come and say, yeah, I need this model. He will bring this model as an answer. So yes, so you have to check for vulnerability, you have to check for backdoors, you have to check for any malicious thing because it's open.
I guess we need to have more regulation around how we use these large language models to create data like this.
Exactly.
Great, thank you. In closing, I just want to express my sincere gratitude and thanks for all the panelists for giving your really diverse views and insights. It is clear that AI is definitely going to have a profound impact, not only in our industry, but across globally. I'm really excited to see everything that AI unfolds in the next 5 or 10 years. And I'm sure that 5 years later, when we'll be sitting in the panel, there'll be a lot more different discussions we'll be having about regulations of how to control or how things have improved. So in conclusion, AI truly holds the future, a brighter future for financial institutions. So thank you for being part of this important discussions. I'm sure that together we will see AI unravel itself in this industry. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aeby.